Hello, everybody. My name is Bailey, and welcome back to my podcast, Tonk Talk. Today, my goal is to inform you and help you to learn more about child rights and what's going on in our world. So, today, before we start, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor who's making all this happen today, and that would be my mom, for providing me with some of the equipment I needed. All right, let's get right into this. So, we're going to tackle our first point of child rights, and that would be child abuse. Now, this is a topic where it's not like we don't know whether it's right or wrong. It's pretty obvious, right? Child abuse, why is that even in our world? So statistics aren't really needed for this right now, but I'm going to get straight into who's there to help it. Also, child abuse isn't what I expected it to be. I thought it was mostly physical, but it turns out that when you look at the actual definition of child abuse, it can be physical, mental, it could even be neglect to your child, not giving them what they need. It can be sexual abuse, injury, also obviously death, or even emotionally. You can emotionally abuse your child, and that's also illegal based off neglect. So who's there to help it? So one of the foundations is the Joyful Heart Foundation. What's really cool about this is this was started by actually a lady who is pretty popular. Her name is Mariska Hargitay. Now, she played Olivia Benson on Law & Order. I don't know if any of you watched that. If you do, shout out to that. But through that TV show and through reading her script, she had to become more in depth of what she was talking about in the show. So what she did is she started to learn more about these topics and sexual abuse and child abuse and neglect. And through this, she had to become well versed in this, and it made her really realize how much she hated it and how bad it was. And she got emails from several survivors thanking her for how much she put into it. So she started this foundation, and basically they are a nonprofit organization. You donate money to them, and they give money back to people trying to fight through this, and they really try to spread and cause awareness for the situation. So there's child abuse, and that's on one level, and then we can step that level up to the next level of child slavery and child labor. So now, child labor is not on the same level as child slavery. Child slavery is higher up in the charts, but child slavery, almost 5 million children are in it. Now to me, that's a crazy statistic. Because child labor is usually, the actual definition of it would be done by a parent or legal guardian who's just making them do work, but child slavery would be for profit for anybody. And child slavery not only is just like abuse, it's not only one category of them being forced to work, it can also be done with children being forced to marry. Yes, that's right. If you're forcing your child to marry someone, that is child slavery, and you could be arrested for that. Prostitution or pornography, so child sex slaves, basically. Violence or even abuse threats, abusing your child or threatening to. Almost 10 million children are involved in these types of crimes today, and that's just a crazy statistic that God makes these wonderful children, and we do these terrible things to them. And almost 151 million children are involved in child labor. It's a crazy statistic, so obviously who's helping to fight against that? And today I found an organization called Global March Against Child Labor. They help spread the news around the world and trying to eliminate the problem completely. So they're just trying to wipe it out. And basically what they're doing is same as the last one. They're a nonprofit organization that takes donations and just spreads this and shares these statistics around the world in order to help people get known to them. And I think it's a great nonprofit organization, and they're really doing all they can to fight against it. Okay, now into our last topic today, we have abortion. Now, I'm sure all of you know what abortion is. For those who don't, it is a process of murdering a baby, but obviously those who do it aren't quite sure that they're murdering or doing something that wrong to a baby inside the womb. But basically it's for people that don't want to keep a baby, so they take it away inside the womb so that they don't have to raise that child up as a human. So I looked up these statistics for this, and they're actually based in 2015, and I was so incredibly shocked. My jaw was dropped from how terrible these were. These were in 2015, so they've probably raised significantly since then. But in every 1,000 live births, there are almost 200 abortions. So about 188 abortions per 1,000 live births. So that's about 20%. So if I was trying to be born as a baby in today's age, there's only 20% chance that I would even live. Like, it's ridiculous when I think about it today, and I think about the younger cousins I have, and the chances of them even being born today are crazy because the amount of people that are aborting these children that don't believe this is even murder, even though it is, and the Bible states that. So enough of talking about whether it's right or wrong. I'm not here to debate or discuss that. But let's get straight into who's doing stuff to help it. And there are hundreds of thousands of organizations that are trying to help the pro-life movement and support in America. One of those is Pro-Life Across America. And that is a organization that's just trying to spread awareness and show people how wrong it is. Donating money to different organizations and trying to take down organizations that support abortion, which is abuse. The next organization I have is CBC of Greater Phoenix. So this is one that I actually got to see firsthand, and they do several events that raise awareness for the cause. And I went to one recently this Saturday called Walk for Life, and it was a 5K walk, and about 1,000 people turned out. And it was just an amazing thing to see all these people that came together to support the same thing as me and went out there and showed why they stand for this certain thing. And I got to talk to several people and hear their stories. So I thank you all for tuning in to Tonk Talk today, and I will see you next time.